Hey everyone, checking in again. This is our next segment of Sunday night's content. Let me again say, just by starting out, that Kylie and I want to be whatever we need to be for you, as far as a resource or someone to call or FaceTime or Zoom with. If you need to just talk to somebody, I would love to spend some time chatting with you, parents or students alike. If Also, if there's anything helpful as far as content that I can put out that you can think of or that would be fun for our student ministry, I'm happy to kind of explore that with you. So as you have ideas, as you have things that come up, feel free to reach out to me. I'd love to talk with you about those things. I also want to try to point you to two different resources, or I guess three actually. If you haven't signed up for our student ministry text yet, if you will text GOSM, the letters GOSM all together, to the number 50700. I sent out the links for the prior two videos today. They are uploaded on YouTube now, so I sent those out via text, and I will do that with this video as well as putting it in our email, The Trail, and uploading it to our YouTube playlist. I also want to hit and promote the Greenville Oaks YouTube channel. Mike Kylie has made us a student ministry playlist, and so that's hosting these videos as well. And then I'm also trying to make these a little bit shorter so I can fit them on Instagram. If you do not follow the Greenville Oaks students Instagram account yet, please go and follow that, and that's where I will also post this video as well, so you can get it that way. But if you haven't gone and watched the other two videos yet, I'd urge you to go do that. I think there's some really good pieces, really good nuggets in both of those videos. And I also want to say, before we jump into content for this week, that I'm trying to get with all of the small group leaders, for Sunday nights, including the new 6th grade leaders, and make sure that you guys are able to meet via Zoom or some other conferencing application, this week. Hopefully you're able to do it last week. If not, hopefully you're able to get that started this week. But I want to make that kind of a consistent rhythm for us. In lieu of actually meeting together, we can meet virtually, one of the blessings of technology these days. So, like I said, your parents will be getting an email from either the small group leaders or from me, connecting you with those small group leaders, or your small group leaders will text you about the time and give you a link to kind of join in on that meeting. But anyway, that is coming if it hasn't already. So hopefully you're able to join in on one of those calls soon. This week's content is connected to the last video. Like I said in the email prior, or the video prior, that this week and next, last week I said this, that this last week and this week is going to be all about worship. I think worship is a really, really big topic, and so I wanted to spend a couple weeks on it. And actually, one of the ideas that Christopher and I had as we were talking through, and Adam as well, as we were talking through specifically what to do on these 2 different weeks of worship and following prayer, as we're walking through spiritual disciplines. One of the ideas we had was trying to connect worship through our Psalms, right? If you are familiar with the Psalms at all in the Bible, there are 150 of them, and they are kind of the foundation of worship for us, right? Psalms were things that were sung actually by the Israelites. So these were worship songs that they sang, and so they're set up poetically That's kind of lost in some of our English translation, but they're set up poetically. They're set up like a song, and so these would be sung out in their on their walks. They'd be sung out in probably temple, but these are songs, right? And they're the foundation of what our worship songs are built on too. If you go and look at any of our hymns, maybe not any, but a lot of our hymns or our worship songs, a lot of inspiration comes from Scripture, and I would say a lot of inspiration comes from the Psalms as well. So what I want to kind of challenge us and have us think about this week and talk about this week is to think back to the conversation about worship from this last week. If you haven't had that conversation yet, please talk about those things as far as, how have you worshiped? How have you connected in worship? What's been easy for you in worship? What's been hard for you in worship? What has been challenging? What are ways or styles of worship that you've connected with or haven't connected with? But I also want us to spend some time. I want to challenge all of you to read a psalm or two or three or four. I mean, you could read one every day if you want to. I'm doing a read the Bible in a year plan, and every day I read a psalm, and I read part of a proverb. So a psalm I read every day, a different one. But I want to challenge you to read a psalm, and I want you to, or more than one, right? But I want you to think about that psalm and kind of dwell on it, meditate on it, chew on it. And the challenge I want you to do this week is not only to read it, but to spend some time, again, chewing on it, dwelling on it, meditating on it, and then write it in contemporary language. Write it in ways that make sense to you. I mean, if you think about Psalm 23, right? The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. If you even take just that line, you could say, the Lord is my protector. I don't need anything. The Lord helps me with everything. I don't have any reason to want, right? So take a psalm and put it in contemporary language. Then I'd also challenge you to think about or maybe spend some time listening to some of the worship songs that we have currently. Listen to Hillsong, listen to Bethel, listen to Elevation Worship, or listen to the Zoe group. But try to pick up on different psalms that you hear. Maybe even research the song and see if there are any pieces of Scripture, especially Psalms, that come out of that. So spend some time digging into the Psalms this week. Read at least one, if not more. Spend some time reworking that into contemporary language, and spend some time listening to contemporary worship, instrumental or a cappella, and really chew on and think about where those words come from. As you are finding new ways to worship, finding different songs to listen to, Kylie and I wanted to share one with you guys actually. So please enjoy this video. You silence all my fear. Won't be afraid, don't let go. Be still my heart and know I won't be afraid. I won't be afraid. Surely love and mercy, your peace and kindness will follow me, will follow me. Surely love and mercy, your peace and kindness will follow me, will follow me. Surely love and mercy, your peace and kindness will follow me, will follow me. Surely love and mercy, your peace and kindness will follow me, will follow me. Surrounds me, your love surrounds me. Your love surrounds me, your love surrounds me. Your love surrounds me, your love surrounds me. Surely love and mercy, your peace and kindness will follow me, will follow me. Surely love and mercy, your peace and kindness will follow me, will follow me. Surely love and mercy, your peace and kindness will follow me, will follow me. Surely love and mercy, your peace and kindness will follow me, will follow me. If you need anything in this time, let us know. Otherwise, we'll talk to you later.